Rise, Meg.
The Force will be with you.
Hello my dear friends and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today's news update is going to focus on the next Star Wars series which we can expect on Disney Plus, and it's going to drop pretty soon. Of course, I'm talking about The Bad Batch. We're also going to talk about The Mandalorian Season 3 and more. So without any more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. So let's start with the biggest piece of news about The Bad Batch. Star Wars The Bad Batch release date to be announced very soon, says Disney executive. So I'm going to spare you guys all of the nitty gritty details because a lot of this article is just going through what we already know about the series. The fact that it's a Clone Wars spin-off show and so on. So the main meat of the article is stating that we're going to get a release date before the end of this current month of February. That's really exciting because while we knew the show was going to drop this year, we didn't exactly know when. So if they're going to give us a release date this month, we can expect the show to drop hopefully within the next 3 or 4 months. I don't think they're going to leave it any later than April, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So as awesome as that is, it's not the only piece of Bad Batch news that we have today, because Kinner is confirmed to be composing the Bad Batch series. And of course, this is the guy who made the music for Rebels and the Clone Wars series. So let's take a look at this article now. The Bad Batch follows the elite and experimental clones that were first introduced in the 7th season of the Clone Wars as they find their way in a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone War. Members of the Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who vary genetically from their brothers in the clone army, each possess a singular exceptional skill that makes them extraordinarily effective soldiers and a formidable crew. In the post-Clone War era, they will take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. According to film music reporter Kevin Kinner is also returning to score The Bad Batch. He's previously worked with Dave Filoni on composing the score for both Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars, and I mentioned that earlier. Other projects he's worked on include Narcos Mexico and Doom Patrol, as well as many more. As you guys are probably aware, I don't really speak much about the animated series on my channel, but I'm really looking forward to The Bad Batch. I thought Season 7 of the Clone Wars was absolutely phenomenal and probably the best piece of animated Star Wars we've had since Rebels. The fact that Kevin is going to work on The Bad Batch as well means that we can expect the show to be very reminiscent of the Clone Wars with a 2021 feel to it, viewing the rise of the Galactic Empire through a new lens. And I will just add I will be covering that series on my channel and hopefully giving you full breakdowns with every episode. A couple of months ago it was pretty much confirmed that we would also be getting Captain Rex in that series, but I feel like people are more excited to see Rex return in the Ahsoka Tano spin-off series, which is also confirmed by Tamara Morrison. As always, I love engaging with you guys, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So now let's move on to talk about The Mandalorian Season 3, which I do quite a bit on this channel. Jon Favreau says that The Mandalorian strikes a magical balance, teases Season 3. When the first season of the hit Star Wars series introduced viewers to Mandalorian armor-clad bounty hunter Din Djarin and Grogu, there was no way anyone could have known what a pop culture sensation it would become. In seemingly no time at all, showrunner Jon Favreau and executive producer Dave Filoni's Disney Plus original show was 100 times more popular than the average American television series, and Baby Yoda's face was splashed across everything. The Mandalorian Season 2 was phenomenal and did a lot in terms of fan service. Now as we look ahead to Season 3 and its 3 confirmed spin-off series, Ahsoka, Rangers and the Book of Boba Fett, Favreau and Filoni have a lot more stories to tell in their ever-expanding corner of the Star Wars universe. Jon Favreau has recently been talking about what we can expect for Season 3. When asked how The Mandalorian exists within its own sweet spot of epic storytelling, this is what he had to say about Season 3 and the Star Wars creator George Lucas. Writers are only limited by the imaginations of their readers, but when you're presenting it for the screen, you have to work your way through the interface of the screen. I'm very fortunate to be following in the footsteps of George Lucas, who found a really magical balance between those two elements and was able to evoke something that felt very archetypal in spite of the fact that it was cutting-edge technology. It's also worth noting that he shared how he and Filoni are in constant discussion regarding how The Mandalorian fits into the overarching Star Wars timeline and how it will fit into the sequel trilogy. But more than that, how they're able to harness Lucas's original ideas for the Star Wars franchise while simultaneously bringing entirely new tales and characters to life as they did throughout the second season. And once more we have another quote. I've found that if you have a very good collaborator, even though I was actually writing the episodes, there were many hours of conversations, and I would show him, and he's talking about Filoni, things I was writing, and he was giving me a tremendous amount of feedback and helping guide me through the world of Star Wars. He had studied under George for I think a decade working on the animated shows Rebels and Clone Wars, so I felt like I had a direct connection to the source code of this whole world with him. And of course it goes without saying that Dave Filoni understands Star Wars probably better than anyone outside of George Lucas himself. And that's probably why Jon Favreau needed guidance along the way, even though he knows Star Wars extremely well and is a phenomenal writer. Favreau also talked about how The Mandalorian will move forward into season 3 and teased a bit of what fans can expect. Filoni's experience, of course, had made it easy for certain animated storylines and characters such as Ahsoka and Bo-Katan to fit into the Mandalorian saga. Moving into season 3, there are certain arcs that are expected to continue. Grand Admiral Thrawn, for example, is likely to be the main villain in Ahsoka and possibly in the entire interconnected Mandalorian universe after being introduced in The Mandalorian season 2 by word of mouth. Furthermore, rumours abound that other animated characters, including Clone Wars Captain Rex and Rebels' Sabine Wren, will make their way into The Mandalorian Season 3. Favreau's assertion that certain things were likely to happen indicates that he, Filoni, and the rest of the Mandalorian creative team are already well aware of what the Star Wars fan community expects to occur moving forward. But as we all know, the duo is sure to still have some surprises up their sleeves as well, no matter how well they've set up certain scenarios to play into other things that have already happened within the Star Wars universe. So this is really exciting, guys. We have so much to look forward to in the Star Wars universe, and I think Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have single-handedly saved the Star Wars franchise. And also, like I said the other day, this is a waiting period, which is very frustrating because there's a lot of rumours and a lot of gossip, but ultimately we just can't wait to see season 3 of Mando and all of the spin-off series, but luckily we can expect the Bad Batch to come very soon. So that is all of the news I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please be sure to give me a big fat like down below, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and also please consider going over to my Patreon page and help contribute to this channel. For just $2 or $10 a month, you get exclusive access to content that's not found here on YouTube. I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you all a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one.